Good morning, world. Little Shane here. It is Wednesday, January 23rd, 2019. I should look at the date before I turn on the camera. That's one of the things I should do. I'll get a level with you. I do. I look at the date before I look at the camera. Then I turn the camera on. I lean back, and it's gone. I know. Is it a sign of getting old, you think? Yeah, maybe. Uh, so, little update. I've done my weekly workout now 3 times this week. My goal is to do a workout 7 days a week. Not an intense workout on Saturday and Sunday. That's just the days that I will just do my forms. But something, right? And I think people, they misunderstand about working out and what keeps them fit. You know, you can do little daily things to keep you fit. You can park farther away from the mall. Like if you're in a parking lot, and instead of parking right up to the door, you could park all the way to the other end of the parking lot. Walk to their part, walk around the whole mall, do what you're going to do, and come back. And that in itself, that will get your heart rate up, and you can get some exercise that way. Take the steps when you can instead of the elevator. There's also lots of little things. We all know how to do exercise in our daily life. We choose not to do it. So I've been making a bigger effort to try to do it. When it's just me on my own, if I'm watching TV and a commercial comes on, I'll walk up and down the steps in my up to the second floor and back down. Usually it's down to the first floor and back up to the second floor. And that's on my own, because I don't want to be sitting there with my wife and she's like talking to me, gotta go. I'm doing little things. I'm trying to make little changes, making changes to my food. Like I said, I keep a food journal now. I'm keeping my calorie count in between X and Y, and I'm hoping this is working for me. I really do. Last week I lost nearly 2 pounds. I'm hoping this week will be about the same. I'll be happy with that steady weight loss throughout the whole deal. So, I haven't had one of these in a while, and I don't think I talked about it. So it's Tales from the Gym. I don't have an echo machine, so we got to make do, right? Alright, so I used to work the night shift at the place I work at. And there was this guy, his name was Ty. And let's see. I think he would, what is the term? And I'm trying not to be rude here, but he's black, but his father was white. So is he mulatto? Because he more or less looks like, he's a very caramel skinned fella. No, he's a handsome man, Sorry, Ty, but you are. And very nice, and very funny. He's one of those guys that shows you that just because you have a university degree or working on a university degree doesn't mean you cannot discuss the vulgarity in life and have fun with it, and then go on and discuss the social ramifications of the N-word, right? Because that would be our conversations. We would talk about, smutty stuff at work, quietly. We would joke, we would carry on, and then we'd also involve into politics, philosophy, social ramifications of this, that, and the other. So, I really liked him for that. He was very flexible that way. A lot of people misunderstand and think that just because you have a university degree that you won't be vulgar. Right? That's not true. You can do both, and you just know your audience and know who you're talking to. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. But one of the things he did, this is before the gym, right? We all have to stand up and listen to an announcement. It's about, did we reach our quota yesterday? Softball teams or whatever it is. I don't even think we have a softball team, but announcements for work. Things that are going on in the workplace. So while my manager was reading this at 1 in the morning, I hear whispering next to me, "I'm going to kill you, Shane. I'm going to kill you, Shane." And I look around and he can get so animated. His eyes can get so big. And his mouth, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, and I'm trying my best not to lose it, okay? I am trying my best to not laugh. I'm holding it like, and I made it. through the announcement. And when we're both sitting down, I was sitting in my cubicle, he's sitting in his cubicle, and we're just right across from each other. And then I look over at him, and he lets a little giggle out, and bam, I'm gone. I'm laughing. Okay, I'm laughing. Okay, I'm just losing it. And then I calm right down, and some guy goes, "Are you done?" And I'm like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that." And then I just burst out laughing again, and so did he, and it was just gone. Right? And that's the kind of guy he was. I mean, I'm sure he still exists. He just doesn't. We don't work at the same place anymore. I think he went off after he got his university degree and went off and got something in his field. And I hope all the best for him. I really like him. But the tales from the gym part is this, right? We're at the gym, and it's our first time working out together. And at this time, I'm still a big fat fuck. Ah, jeez. I'm sorry. Look, I'm trying to keep this channel clean, so forgive that. Right? I'm going to reduce the amount of language, and I'm not even going to put any more dirty jokes on here. Okay, for joke of the day. I have a channel where I can rant and rave and swear and vent. That's the Friday Morning Rant. You can check that out. You might not like some of what I've said, but keep in mind it's all in comedy purpose, nothing more. Right? I make some points here and there that I stand by, but in the end, it's a joke, right? That person is a persona on the Friday Morning Rant, and he's not, the real me. And I want to keep this as friendly as I can because I want to promote, positivity with a little bit of clean humor. So I apologize for the swear words, apologize for my past videos where I've cussed. I'm really going to do my best to keep that up. All right? Okay, so back to it. So, we're going to the gym. And we're changing. I look over, and the dude is ripped. Okay? Ripped. He's got, large arms, big pecs. He didn't have a six-pack, but you could tell that his stomach was firm. And when I finished the sweep, the sweep down, because, one male comparing another male to each other, I noticed he had little stick legs. I said, "So did you get your workout tips from the 80s where nobody had to work their legs?" He goes, "What?" I said, they're just sticks, man. You need to work your legs." He goes, "I don't need to work my legs." I didn't realize this, but later on I found out he started working his legs because I was ripping on him about it. And I really hope I didn't hurt his feelings. I really do. I think he's tough enough, though. So anyway, I said that, right? And then we go off and work out together. And I start teasing him because he's not pushing himself that hard. Like, I think he wanted an easy workout, and I wasn't going to let him have it. I said, "That guy over there says you can't do this." He goes, "I'll show that guy." And he just pump up the weights. Well, this is during a time when we had a huge snowstorm. It was a Saturday morning. We got off our shift Saturday morning, and we had a huge snowstorm, but we were trying to get our workout in. Anyway, I was doing this to him for like 2 hours, and he had 2 more workouts left. I said, "2 more on your legs, dude, and you're done. And you can show that guy. He goes, "You'll be here for support." And I said, "Nah, man, I gotta go home." His jaw drops. He goes, "What? You're killing me, and you're gonna go home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I hate to do this to you, but everyone's saying it's snowing outside." Now, let me understand why I'm saying everyone's saying that. There are plenty of windows at this gym at the time. Since it's located, I don't know, but since it's relocated to me. But during this time, there was lots of windows. People were looking out and saying it's snowing. I can't see a snowstorm outside. I just can't. I don't see anything do that. My eyesight is so poor that I don't. Now, if I'm out in it and it's coming right in front of my face, I can see the snowflakes coming down. But looking out a window, forget it. I ain't seeing it. It's not happening. And he goes, "Yeah, it is pretty bad out there, but can't you stay a little bit?" I said, "No, man, I gotta go home." I said, "If it's that slippery and messy out, I gotta walk very slowly, and before it gets worse." And he starts crying. "I hate you, Shane. You're a bad man." I'm like, I'm losing it. I go, "Dude, it's not that I don't want to stay. It's just so." But he's joking, and he goes, "No, man. In all seriousness, I'll drive you home." So we finished the workout. We had a lot of fun. I mean, that was a couple of years ago now. Like I said, I haven't seen him in a long time. So Ty, if you're watching this, reach out to me, man. I would love to hear how you're doing. Now, for the real joke of the week, right? Little boy and little girl on the playground. The little boy says something along the lines of, "Ah, man, That principal's really stupid. The little girl smiles and goes, do you know who I am? And the little boy goes, no, I don't. She goes, well, I'm the principal's daughter. So the little boy looked at her, kind of shocked, and goes, well, do you know who I am? And she goes, no. He goes, good, and walks away. Yeah, just, and really, that's the best case of the scenario that you can do. So what else do I want to do? Oh, my wife, when she came over to the Philippines, she brought a lot of swag with her. Not all of it's mine, but I wanted to show it off, okay? So hold on. Alright. This, oh, you can see this, hope you can, is, basically it's a bottle, has sand, some rocks, and a stick that says Rojas City. It says Rojas City. You can't really see it because the dust got all over the glass. I think I moved it too much when I was carrying it in here. But it says Rojas City, and that is the area where my lovely wife and beautiful daughter went to visit, and they bought the souvenir. I guess the story behind this is that my daughter was looking at this, and then my wife said, well, we'll come back later. And then later on, they came back. Well, my wife came back. My daughter wasn't there. She was with her cousin or something. I'm not sure of the whole fact. The point is, daughter wasn't with them. And she said, I'm not sure which one my daughter was looking at. And then the woman remembered and said, do you mean the English girl? My wife said, well, yes. And she goes, she wants this one. She hands her this particular one. She goes, and you wanted the tricycle. So the woman remembered, and my wife was glad, made the sale, and bought this. This is a beautiful little, it's just really just a glass jar, and some sand, some stones, and some shells in there. But I like it. It's nice. It's not for me though. No. But anyway, I like it, and that was pretty cool. Speaking of the tricycle, now this is mine. This was for me. This is basically one of the forms of taxi cabs, right? The guy gets on here. People sit in the two sides on this. Like people sit inside here. Who they sit in the chariot, and he just drives off. It doesn't feel like a safe way to travel to me. There's this big opening here, and there's no seat belts. I think I'd be scared to go in it. But inside here, But it's a nice looking thing. I don't know. There's an odor. I think that's the varnish they use. I think this is fiberglass, my wife said, and someone carved it. And it's not a perfect carving, but it's still a very good carving. There's some oddities in the headlight there. It's kind of bent. It doesn't look right. But then there's some details. I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a hut. Hold on, let me see. I can't remember now. I looked at it. I can't remember. Yeah, there's a hut, a tree. Looks like some landscaping. So yeah, so there's a sun. There's some clouds. There's a hut. There's a tree. Some little bit of landscaping. Itchy nose, my God. And I don't know. Like I said, I like it. I'm really glad she brought it home for me. I'm grateful. She didn't bring what I asked for, though. I asked her for 2 Filipina twin girls. Preferably between the ages of 20 and 25. But apparently they couldn't fit in the suitcase or something, or customs would have had a problem with it. My wife will kill me one of these days, I know it. But the final thing I want to showcase, she brought more stuff, but these are the things I feel that are really worth mentioning. This is a seashell clock. Seashell clock. What the heck's wrong with me? And at the back of her here, you put the little battery in, you can set the time. This is for my eldest daughter, Eleanor, and it says, I love Rojas City. And I you can see this is beautiful work here. This is a real shell, and this is some real work involved, and I think it's gorgeous. I really do. Probably the best piece she brought home, I think. I love my trike, honey. Please don't think I don't. I'm just saying this is probably the most beautiful piece you brought home. Don't stop pinching me. Okay, just stop pinching me. Seriously. A little abuse I'm putting up from you. Just stop pinching me. But yeah, so that was some of the swag she brought home. She brought other stuff, little keychains, purses, wallets, of that nature. But those were the three pieces I felt should go on YouTube and people can see and be envious of me. That's terrible, isn't it? I am a terrible, terrible person. But yeah, if you're interested in more adult humor-based topics, check out the Friday Morning Rants. A couple of them I really ticked some people off. Keep in mind, again, it was humor-based. It is humor-based. Take it with a grain of salt. Excuse me. But other than that, like I said, I'm going to try to keep this channel clean. I want to keep this channel clean because I want to promote more positivity in this channel. Like, you can have different points of views in your life. You can have different points in your life where you think something's so annoying that you want to rant about it. And you can have other points of view in your life where you think you should be positive, right? And this is one of those areas where I want to promote more positivity than negativity, okay? And I'll tell funny jokes about, clean, try to keep it clean. My podcast is mainly about topics that I feel should be discussed in a humorous way. I do make some points, like I talked about the Gillette commercial, and I, joked about how the men were treating the women in the commercial and how men are being treated in that commercial. It was a terrible commercial. There's a reason why it has over 1.2 million dislikes. It made men like myself feel that they're telling us we're not good enough, right? And we are. We acknowledge that things need to change, though. Like someone told me that some women could not get a job too because they plan on having a baby, and I believe that is 100% right. You need to change that. I do believe in women in the workforce. I do believe that women have the right to go about their day without being fondled or looked at as a sexual object. I have a lot of female co-workers. I do not oogle them or ogle them. Two reasons. One, I feel it's disrespectful, and two, I'm pretty sure I'd get caught, because if I was to check out a girl's bum, I'd have to be this far from it. So they're going to catch me. It's just going to happen. So I'm just good, right? But, of course, that rant is a different persona, right? It is not, doesn't really accurately represent the real me. So keep that in mind if you check it out, all right? It's called the Friday Morning Rant with Shane Halfyard, all right? Check it out. I encourage you to. Also, I'm offering some advice. I actually got a couple of emails asking me for advice on that podcast. So if you want your question read on that podcast, email me at shanehalfyard@hotmail.com and put Ask Shane in the description, and I will read it on the podcast. And if I start to get too many emails, because I, fingers crossed, then I'll start having a contest where, if I read your email, I will, you'll get a prize of some sort. But right now, it's just, the show is just starting. If I start to build a bigger fan base, then I'll have little contests like that. We'll see. Fingers crossed. On that podcast, I'm not going to mind at all if you disagree with me, just like I don't mind at all if you disagree with me here. You can, also email your grievances, disagreements, blah, blah, to me then, to shanehalfyard@hotmail.com. If, though, you're talking about exercising, need advice on anything positive or, about exercising, diet plan, my thoughts on something, keep in mind, I know what I look like now. Look, I understand exactly what I look like now. But keep in mind, for a decade and more, I was helping dozens of people get in shape and stay in shape. So I do know what I'm talking about, right? I let myself go. I screwed up. I'm trying to fix it, okay? To be honest, I view this weight gain not only as a negative but a positive, because I had no idea how hard it was for a bigger person to work out. Okay? No clue until I started to. I was really hard on some of the guys that came to my gym, or my class. Sorry, I didn't have a gym. You know, I was renting out of a high school 3 days a week, and then I would train people on their own, and we'd have these things called Summer of Hell, and I was really hard on the bigger people, right? I thought I was being positive and motivating, and some of them really appreciated it, but maybe I drove some away because maybe I didn't give them what they need. So if any of you out there that I failed, in my class, I pushed you away because I was pushing you too hard, I want to tell you right now that I'm sorry. Now that I've walked more than a mile in your shoes, I get it. I understand how hard it was. So I just wanted to let you know that if you're a former student of mine and I made you sour to working out because you thought, oh, this guy who's training me on my own and with others is a jerk, well, keep in mind, it's over 20 years ago. If you need help, you need support, you reach out to me and you'll get it. The Shane Halfyard that you knew, 20 years ago when he first opened that school is dead. He's gone, buried under an avalanche of fat. So if you felt I misjudged you or pushed you too hard, don't be afraid to reach out to me now. And don't be afraid to tell me I did. Alright? But if I did, I apologize. I understand what you're going through now. And it was a lot harder than I thought it was. But anyway, enough of that. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Share it with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to make this channel grow. If you have any questions about weight loss, physical exercise, either health, either physical, spiritual, or mental, give me a shout out to my email. It's loseitwithshane@gmail.com. That's for this channel. And leave a comment down below. I will answer it. I believe I answered one on Monday. So I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Like I said, physical, mental, or spiritual, relationship-wise, you go right ahead. Email me. I'm here to listen. Add me to Facebook. I'll put the links down in the description. Until next time, remember, you can do it, and you're worth it. Bye for now.